What is Bruxism? It's a condition in which you grind your teeth. They call it gnashing or clenching your teeth. If you have Bruxism, you may unconsciously clench your teeth when you're awake, which is called awake Bruxism, or clench or grind them during your sleep, which is called sleep Bruxism. According to the Mayo Clinic, sleep Bruxism is considered a sleep-related movement disorder. People who clench or grind their teeth, Brux, during sleep are more likely to have other sleep disorders such as snoring and pauses in breathing, which is called sleep apnea. Now, they say mild Bruxism may not require any treatment. However, in some people, Bruxism can be frequent and severe enough to lead to jaw disorders, headaches, damaged teeth, and other problems. Unfortunately, I suffer from Bruxism. I've suffered from Bruxism for quite some time now. The grinding of my teeth at night is so severe that I often wake up with headaches, my jaws hurt, my teeth hurt, everything in my face hurts because I've been clenching my jaws so tight at night. And I even make a grinding sound when my teeth are grinding, and it can keep others awake. I've been suffering with this for years, never realizing that this was a true medical condition, that this is something that's actually classified as a disorder. And so now I'm doing something about it. So before we fully dive into this video, we're going to talk about a treatment that I was recommended several months ago. I finally decided to bite the bullet and investigate Botox. But not just any Botox. Botox for Bruxism. So what is Botox? Well, Botox is essentially a drug, and Botox injections block certain chemical signals from nerves, mostly signals that cause muscles to contract. The most common use of these injections is to temporarily relax the facial muscles that cause wrinkles in the forehead and around the eyes. However, Botox is said to help with Bruxism. Botox is said to be an effective treatment for Bruxism that works by freezing the muscles responsible for the tension along the jaw. This freezing of the masseter muscle along the jaw prevents the tension in the facial muscles that is responsible for the pain and damage caused by teeth grinding. Let's get into my story. What's up, guys? It's your boy DJ Richie Sky, and we are back with another video. So, on this channel, we talk travel, lifestyle, motivation, and pretty much anything that I want to talk about. And I wanted to tell you guys about my experience getting Botox for my teeth grinding, which is a horrible issue that I've had for a very long time. So we're going to get into the details about that. So if you're interested in travel, lifestyle, motivation, and just, any old topics coming from someone who has been in the reality TV space, who works in news, definitely follow my channel. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and take you into everything that went into this process. So regarding Botox, I have actually had Botox before. I've had it done in my forehead. I unfortunately did not really like the way that it looked on me. I kind of enjoy the fact that I have these wrinkles in my forehead and I can sort of communicate different facial expressions. When I did have my forehead frozen, it just felt kind of odd. It didn't really, I don't know, it just felt kind of weird. Mostly because I felt as though when I had it done before, you could tell because I have a bald head, which I may be rectifying shortly, but we'll talk about that in another video. But anyway, I felt like I could sort of see where the muscles were frozen, like from around here and here, and it gave me this sort of like raised eyebrow look here. I felt like I could see where where the Botox stopped around here. I don't know why. I could. Maybe it was just something weird about being, you know, a guy with a bald head, but I really don't know. And again, we'll get into my hair loss journey story in another video because there's a lot to talk about there, and I have some things that I plan on doing about it as well. So with that being said, I kind of felt like, you know, I didn't know if Botox specifically was ever going to be something that I ever did again. I am, of course, the type of person that says, you know, do whatever to your body that makes you feel like you're gonna look your best self. You only live once, and if you got the coin, go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you are not hurting yourself, I feel like these are procedures that people have been doing for years now to make themselves look and feel like their best selves and to enhance areas of their body. And honestly, I'm all the way here for it. I say do everything in life that you want to do because life is too short to care about what other people think about what you're doing. So with that being said, I have suffered from teeth grinding or bruxism for, I would pretty much say, most of my adult life. I feel like for some reason it's gotten worse as of late. Specifically, I notice it gets extremely bad when I work out. And so I'm not sure if when I'm working out that I am clenching my jaw muscles or not. I've tried to become a lot more consciously aware of it, but I often find myself clenching my jaw even when I'm not working out, or just when I'm like subconsciously when I'm doing some other work or something like that. When I'm immersed in deep thought or deep work, I find myself going to clench my jaws, but I have to sort of fight that urge to do so. And so what's been happening as of lately is that I have been experiencing a lot of dental issues due to the fact that I've been grinding my teeth so hard. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot of pain when I wake up in the mornings. We're talking like headaches. We're talking like my jaws ache. We're talking my teeth ache. And I've had to have a lot of dental procedures recently to help correct some of these issues that have been a direct result of me grinding my teeth for so many years. And so I want to talk about night guards for a second, because I know that this is something that everyone always asks, you know, about if you've ever ground your teeth or anything like that. People always recommend, oh, just get a mouth guard. I've had several different types of mouth guards and I've enjoyed none of them, okay? They are all, to me, just, I just hate them, to be quite honest with you. And I've tried a couple of different types. One was actually fit to my teeth by a dentist, and it fits onto the front two teeth of your mouth. So when you go to sleep at night, you just clip it on, and then it's supposed to create a space here between your top teeth and your bottom teeth so that your back teeth never touch each other, right? But the problem with that is I felt like what ended up happening was, for some reason, I felt as though it was causing my front two teeth to shift and one to almost overlap the other. And then I felt that every morning when I tried to take it off, I could barely get it off. And so I was always in this panic with trying to take the thing off. Finally, I just got to the point where I no longer wore it, and I just said, to heck with it. I've also tried the kind that are made of some type of like silicone material. I don't know what it is that it's made of, but it's some type of like rubbery silicone-ish material that you can buy over the counter at the drugstores. And you basically, you drop it into some hot boiling water, and then you take it and you fit it to your teeth, and then you take it out and then you let it dry so that it has molded to the way and the shape of your teeth. And for me, even that is like, I don't like this at all, okay? I don't like it at all, because for me, what happens is it almost feels like it's giving your teeth when you're asleep a reason to clench. Like it's kind of a subconscious thing where it's almost like, oh, there's something here for me to bite down on, which is kind of cushiony. Let's bite down as hard as you can. And then what ends up happening is I feel like my mouth has gotten a workout over the night, and then it feels like my teeth, because there's this thick layer between your top and your bottom teeth, it starts to feel like it's changing the bite of your teeth and the way that you bite down, when you're chewing and that sort of thing. So it just leaves you with a very uncomfortable feeling. So for me, I was like, I can't continue to do this because it felt like a nightmare. I was always waking up in the middle of the night, taking that thing out and just ripping it out of my mouth. So the next option for me was Botox. I had thought about this for a couple of years and I finally decided to bite the bullet and try it out. I have a friend of mine who is an esthetician who recommended me to go to a place that she goes to, and again, since they came highly recommended by someone who works on my face quite a bit, I usually get monthly facials, but I haven't been in about a month or so since I've gotten the Botox, just because I've just kind of been, you know, just really careful about, you know, what I do to my face right now that I'm in this process of trying to make sure that the Botox is able to sink in. I decided to go ahead and, you know, give it a try. So just to give you guys some, you know, clarity on how it works, you kind of go in and, you know, they'll talk to you about, you know, what exactly you're experiencing and when you're experiencing it. And interestingly enough, the practitioner that, you know, gave me my injections, she also grinds her teeth at night as well. So she was familiar with this whole process, which actually made me feel a little bit better. But, you know, for me, the big thing that I was worried about particularly is because I am on camera a lot and I'm doing stuff on news shows and stuff like that. So I did not want to change my look. I will never shave my beard off if I don't have to. To me, this is just a part of who I am. I've had a beard for a very long time. I had a beard before it became trendy. So for me, it's just, I'm beard gang for life. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, when I went through this process that I didn't have to shave my beard. And luckily she told me that I didn't. And I discovered that during my consultation when I called them before I actually went. So about a month ago, I actually had my first session. And I told my audience on my news channel that I would talk about it here. And because a lot of people were curious about it, because I didn't realize how many other people suffered from Bruxism outside of myself. Because, you know, when you're going through something, you think it's only you. So basically what happens is you go to the facility, you know, they'll talk to you about what issues you're having and where. And the great thing is that they can do is they can ask you to clench your jaws, and she can actually feel the muscles in your jaws where you are most working your mouth at night, right? So when you clench your jaws, she can feel that muscle and she knows exactly where to place the injections. So I think for my first session, I had about 4 shots on each side, and they were in my lower jaw, right? So what I noticed is, now after you get Botox, one of the things that a couple of things that they'll tell you is that you want to be able to sit straight up for like the next 4 hours. So you don't want to do anything where you're lying down after that, because you want the Botox to absorb into the spaces where it's supposed to and not, you know, drop down or anything like that, I guess. And they will tell you for the next 24 hours not to go to the gym or not to sweat or anything profusely like that, because you want to just make sure that you're, you know, like I said, your body is absorbing the Botox the way it's supposed to. So I just follow those rules, and I just kind of go along with whatever they tell me to do. So the needles do not hurt, to be very honest with you. I'm somebody with a lot of tattoos, so needles don't really bother me all that much anyway. However, I've had acupuncture, I've had, you know, obviously tattoos like all on my neck, on my chest, you know, especially on the back of my head. So again, they don't really bother me all that much, and they feel like little pin pricks, if anything. And to be honest with you, they're going into muscles that you built up over time in your jaws anyway. So it's kind of like whatever. It's kind of like getting a tattoo in a place where you already have either a lot of muscle, usually a lot of muscle, or maybe perhaps a lot of body fat. It doesn't really hurt as bad. So I had like 4 injections, I think, over here and 4 over here, I think. And then for that, I paid about 800 and something, maybe like 820 or 800 bucks. Now, what I didn't realize is she told me that I would need to come back for a second session, because she told me that my jaws and the muscles in my jaws have built up so much muscle from grinding my teeth for so long that she just knew that I would probably have to come back for another session in about a month. And so today was my second session. But let me tell you about what happened after my first session. So one of the things that I noticed is that I don't grind my teeth as hard anymore. Now what I feel is that I've been sort of lightly biting down on my teeth at night, so I don't quite feel the same level of pain and angst that I usually feel when I wake up in the mornings. So that's been kind of nice, and I've been trying to focus more on, you know, just relaxing when I'm sleeping. I don't know how you do that because you're sleeping, so I don't know how you control that, but I've been just trying to make sure that I kind of sleep with my mouth open as much as possible. I know that sounds kind of strange, but I feel as though when I do that, I don't grind my teeth as hard. I also try to make sure that when I'm working out that I'm not clenching my jaws or clenching my teeth as well, even though I feel like that's a natural inclination when you're lifting heavy weights, and I do like to try to lift, you know, the max that I can possibly lift. So that's going to be a hard thing to kind of master and kind of figure out as I move along, but hopefully this Botox will be the cure. So today when I went back, what we did was, for this section, she could actually feel that I could not clench the bottom of my jaws, which was actually kind of weird because I didn't even realize that. So what we focused on today was the upper part of my jaws up here, because there's still muscle up here. So she had me clench, release, and then she would inject, and then clench, release, and then inject, and then she would do the same thing on the other side. And the cool thing about it was that $800 that I paid in the beginning, which could be expensive to some people, but to me, again, it was fully worth it. And I do honestly think that I'm going to go back and check to see if I can get this taken care of with my insurance, because it is a disorder, which I just found out today as I was preparing this video, as I'm reading about it. It's clinically a disorder. So I'm gonna check to see what I can do about that, if I can actually have this, you know, deducted from my insurance instead of the payment that I made. Regardless, to me, the $800 or whatever I paid at that point was worth it, simply because I felt like the pain that I've been experiencing for so long is almost non-existent at this point. And I'm hopeful that with what we accomplished today, that over the next couple of months, or the next couple of weeks, I should say, that really we begin to see some real relief, like in terms of like total freezing of the jaws, so that it just doesn't happen at night at all. Now, the thing about Botox is that I will have to go back in about 3 to 4 months, because Botox does tend to wear off within that period of time. But for me, I am actually okay with that, because listen, I would pay any amount of money to get rid of the pain and to stop some of the issues that I've been having with my teeth, from grinding my teeth at night. So that is my experience with getting Botox for my teeth grinding, or Bruxism as they call it. It has been very helpful to me, and so you may want to look for someone in your area who specializes in Botox and who specializes in Botox for teeth grinding. That's my advice. I am not a medical professional. I'm not a medical expert. I am basically just giving you my experience with what I have been through, and I am suggesting that you consult a physician or a practitioner who specializes in Botox. So with that being said, let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you have any other extra tips for teeth grinding that maybe I hadn't even thought of. I'd be interested in hearing what you guys have to say. And if you are interested in content, you know, about travel, lifestyle, motivation, and anything else that we feel like talking about on this channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell button, and as always, I will catch you in the next video.